Okay, we got the slots cut in, both the cross slide and the compound. Now we got to do the holes, the mounting holes. So we'll put that in here. Well, first I'm going to pick up back edge and then edge again. I got to lower it down first. Move the tripod just a tish off a little bit. Right. A tish more, huh? There we go. Should be good now. Alright, we're going to crank this down so we can put a drill chuck in. Okay, that should be good. Get it in there well. Put that away, since I had a hard time finding one. Okay, half-inch collet. Edge finder. You know, I should just save the back jaw location. I should be able to do that on this readout. This readout actually does a lot more than what I use it for. All right. Unlock Y. Let's bring her back and. Nope. There. Crank her back till she touches. There. Okay, 0 my Y, move it 100. Okay, 0. So now we're on spindles on center line is on the back jaw. Move out here. Part back in, bring the spindle down, one more touch. Right there, 0 by X, move 100. Zero it again, this on 0. Okay, now we're sitting on the back corner. Now, get the dimensions. The dimensions for that are 7/16, so it'll be 437. Oh, I gotta get that. Hello. Nobody there. Didn't want to talk to me. All right, 437. Oops. 437. Actually 437.5, but 437. And 1 11/16 from here over. Okay. 1 11/16. 687. 1 inch 687. And 87. Okay, I want to get these kind of close because they're going to they're gonna, when I do the saddle, I'm gonna go to the same dimensions. That'll determine if it's square, straight on the saddle. So that's right where I got her scribed. Move this parallel over before I forget. Now I need to decide what type of screw I want to put in there. They're calling out to make a couple of screws, and I'm thinking I'm going to put flush head screws in. And if I put flush head screws in, I'm thinking about going with number 10s. And I don't have any. I have one number 10 flush head screw. So if I do a counter bore, I want to see how thick this head is on these. I might be able to use these if I take and mill it down and put a different screwdriver slot in them. I'm looking for my calipers. Let me guess, it's right where it's supposed to be. Yep. So now these screws would work if I did a counter bore. They're 1032s. Counter bore would have to be a 3/8 counter bore, 3/8 diameter, and I'd only go an 1/8 inch deep with the counter bore. What is the head size on a number 10 counter bore tool? What's the... Yeah, see, that's only 320, and I could take and turn these down though too a little bit instead of having hex. And if I did that, it would work. They would work. So it would mean taking these screws and turning the hex off. And using the screwdriver only. I'm thinking that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to use just a regular number 10 counter bore tool. All right. Let's see what you're seeing here. Back up a little bit. I just wanted to be able to see what I do up here. All right. So now I'm going to put a drill chuck in. Medium-sized drill chuck. Tighten that up and get these screws out of here before I tip them over, and then they'll be spread all over. All right. So we want a clearance for a number 10 screw there. So we want 187. Drill. Go right to the major diameter, and we want a center drill. This won't work. All right, so here we go. Okay, I don't know where the camera shut off, but I have all the holes, and now we need to mill a dovetail angle on the edges. I don't know what you'd call this cutter, but it has the 60-degree. Come on, focus on that. It has the 60 degree on both sides, or 30 degree on both sides, so I'll be able to set it like that and go across the top edge. Hopefully. That's the plan anyway. So clean this up here. Figure out how we're going to hold it. It will stop. If you haven't made one of these stops yet, you don't know what you're missing. Of course, the new vices, I guess, have a deal in there, 2 set stops and stuff, a T-slot in the jaw. I don't have that kind of fancy equipment. I have a vice stop that I had to make. Alright, so we want to clamp them somewhere like that. So probably about a ½ inch up, huh? Yeah, that'll work. This tool bit that I got from somebody, Mike, I'm using it. It's just the perfect height for that, for these parts right here. Now, the only trouble is I need another one to go up a little higher. Go up a little higher on it so I can clamp it. And then put the mate of it in there like that. Actually, could go a little bit higher. How about one of these that I've been using here? Like that. Put a couple of them in there. And put this in here. So like our erector set. Oh yeah, that'll work perfect. That's going to be perfect. And I'll pinch that top just the way I want it. Alright, so now we want to come on the back side and cut right up to the tangent of the corner. So what I'm going to do is get a black magic marker and mark that edge. Oop. Like that edge so I can see when it kind of breaks that edge. Now, put the tool in. Shift I, put the tool in. Put the shift into a lower speed because that's way too fast. Okay, and we'll shift down at least one notch, and we'll see how it goes. What is one notch? That's 850 RPM. Take this block out. I don't need that no more. Bring my spindle down a ways. We're not going to be taking much of a cut, so I'm not worried about putting a lot of tool pressure on it. Get the phone out here because we might be spraying coolant. Are you looking at what I'm looking at? Kinda, huh? Alright. And what I'm going to do is crank this up. I got it the tool clamp is sticking out quite a ways, so right there, we're going to leave the knee right there. Yep, that looks good. Here we go. Actually, put a little, well, I don't want to put oil on the edge. I'll put some of this other stuff. Get this set, should be the same for the other side. Tool's cutting it pretty nice. Leaving a pretty decent finish. See how far we got to go. See if I can get a reading and how far we got to go yet. Looks like about 130. I'm going to zero my Y. Move in 50. We'll go 75. 75 though. Put a little more of this on there. Should be doing it the other way with the cutter out in front. The reason is it'd be pushing toward the solid jaw, but it's not that heavy a cut, so. That was 75. 125. Well, from when I measured it. I think that's going to be it right there. That's actually putting an edge on it. That's actually putting a knife edge on it. I wanted to stay back a little bit from that, but oh well. Take that out of there. Yeah, it's just took the corner and put an egg edge on it. I'm gonna get a stone. Stone this a little bit. That actually looks pretty nice. I thought it did a really nice job. Now I want to make sure the parallel is pulled back, and it is, so we can put this edge down. And it should be sitting the same height then. I can't see in there. And make sure that that edge is sitting on that parallel all the way. Looks like it is. Tighten it up. Crank her in about 75 thou or so. Let's go 80 thou in. So it's going to leave an 80 thou cut. You know, that light kind of washes everything out, doesn't it? How about that? Is that better? Or is this better? Like that. We'll try it like that. I can see pretty good here, so let's put some of the schnot on it. And we'll go for it. Notice I'm also that I'm climb cutting. When you climb cut, it takes a lot less tool pressure and horsepower to actually cut. Conventional cutting takes a lot more pressure. It's hard to run your end mills. As long as you can get away with climb cutting, because sometimes you can't, you know, I mean, you don't want to run it through there, and it'll suck the table and snap your end mill. But if you're careful, you can get away with it. this in my new shed. Because I'm kind of missing it, because it's got the littler nozzle and everything. You can. Those are the kind of chips that really irk me because they're slivers. Got to plug in the air compressor too. Perfect. Perfect, if I do say so myself. That's going to work good. Should slide good. It's got a nice finish on it. Couldn't have got much better finish even grinding it. That I don't know how many flute that is, that cutter, but it sure cut nice. So that'll set down like that on the vise, and then, or on the vise, on the lathe, and then the top part comes down and rides the dovetail. So I just noticed something. That cutter is leaving just a slight edge there, but I can knock that off with a file, I think, easy enough. That come from using the full land, and then it's running out on the bottom. I don't know if you're understanding what I'm saying, but it's the bottom of the cutter it's not down far enough. It just take a few strokes with a file to take it off. It's no big deal. I'm glad I noticed that, because if I would have come to fitting that, I would have put the pins in there, mic'd it, and I would have had to go way undersized with, or way oversized with the slot in the other part. This way I'll get a true reading. I gotta wash that on the next two, or on the bigger ones here. I'm not gonna change my setup for these. I'm gonna have them the same. I just realized something too. You should have probably put that end hole in, because now to pick up this, well, I can pick up the edge off the stop, I guess. I'll get it. Not to worry. I'm using my fingernail. It's still got a little bit of a ledge there. I'm going to make sure that ledge is gone there. That's right out on the corner. It's gone everywhere else, except for right here in the corner. Good. Good deal. Next. Okay, so I'm gonna actually cut away here and go ahead and do the next one. And when I set up on the cross slide plates, I'll come back, because that'll be a reset up, and I'm gonna set up again, and we'll do it all over, and we'll set up. So, but right now it's just going to be putting this one in here, cut, 2 cuts, flip it around, 2 cuts, done. So I'm just going to cut away, and because otherwise I'd just end up in the video fast forwarding anyway. So, all right, I'll be back. Okay, we're ready to set up on the cross slide dovetails. And we want to make sure our contour boards are facing us. Put this in here. Make sure it's down. Tighten it up. And this time, when I come down on it, I'm going to get my magnifying glass out and get it as close to the tip as I can. Okay. Little chip on there. Alright, get my magnifying glass out again. And we will see how close we can get that tip. I need to give it a little wipe. There, it's a little dirty from all the dirty handprints on it. This magnifying glass comes in handy. This is out of an old projector that I took apart. And it works good for this kind of stuff. So let's lock the quill and we'll crank the knee up. Go out a little bit. Right there. That's about as far as I can go. All right, let's see what we get this time. See if we get that little step or not. About the whole thing, the whole cut. Well, maybe not. Alright, let's measure that if I can with my calipers and see what we got to take. Think about 30 thou. So zero it, crank in 30. We're going call it good. Zero that. Put some more scoop on there. Looks good. Alright. No step this time to worry about.